Heyo everybody and welcome back to DRG. Today we are going to be playing with PGL again, because I like suffering. And we are going to be playing with Fatboy, because Fatboy, in my opinion, is probably going to be the best PGL overclock on it, just because it actually kills things, unlike, most every other PGL overclock where it's basically only used for slashers and guards, and then, occasionally Mactera. And then this one can actually deal damage to, jellies, swarmers, deal okay damage to guards. Yeah, that's really about it. Really, PGL just does very little in terms of AoE effectiveness, because all the other NG sidearms just do damage. They do AoE and damage. That's what they do. And then PGL is like, I do AoE. What is AoE good against? Oh, 5 bugs. And 2 of those aren't even guaranteed. Swarmers are not guaranteed on any mission. And also, base PGL is not very good at dealing with swarmers, because whenever in Hazard 5 double swarms, you get a wave of swarmers, there is going to be, 50 of those little bastards, and you're just going to shoot a PGL shot, and maybe you deal with 20 of them? Which is a lot of bugs, don't get me wrong, but, there's still 30, alright? If you land it in the middle, you're probably taking out, all but 20. And now, what are you doing against them? You're shooting another PGL shot? Well, congratulations, you shot another PGL slot. Slot machine? Yeah, go gambling, dude. Oh, yeah, absolutely. But, it's just a wild time. And then after that video came out a while, people are saying, hey, I did the wrong build. I should have taken, give me a second. I should have taken this build. That's a build that I should have taken. Heads up for you, I played with it. It's about the same. Who would have guessed that adding 10 additional damage to my shot without any damage fall off means it's still garbage? Yeah, okay. Let me add this damage. What does that actually equate with RJ250 compound? Oh, it goes from 75 damage to 20 damage, and we're taking fire. That means it's fucking 10 damage. Will 10 damage actually matter? Oh, maybe you kill a fucking, grunt at the edge of the AoE, because instead of 10 damage, you're dealing 5 additional fucking damage to them. This is such a garbage trade-off and not even talking about guards who get a 30% resistance to it, where you're doing, not even 5? Or, excuse me, you're doing less than 5 damage, because, damage drop-off exists, you're doing, 3 or 4. And then on slashers, you're doing, 7 damage if they're at the edge of the AoE. This right here, people will psyop themselves into saying this is a good mod, when you could just take damage and have an extra 3 shots, which will do so much more than the psyop that this is. Oh, it's just, RJ250, people will think that it's a good overclock, and really, the only reason it's a good overclock is because it gives you mobility. But anyway, continuing on, we're playing with Fatboy. This is the build with Fatboy. You might be wondering, why am I running friendly? Well, fun fact about Fatboy, the AoE radiation is actually affected by the friendly fire mod for self-damage. So how self-damage works is that it's going to be relatively 50%, because usually it's an explosive that's hitting you, and explosives are already halved and, whatever have you. And the Fatboy radiation, for some reason, is like a world event or something, or just a event that happens and is affected by friendly fire no matter what. Even, if I have friendly fire and somebody walks into it, it's going to be reduced. If I walk into it, it's going to be reduced. I don't know why that is. Don't ask me why. The next thing to figure out is if mortars are also reduced by friendly fire, because that would make sense, because that's another source of self-damage on a primary weapon that you can do that might be affected on it. I don't know. I assume no, and I assume no for Plascrete Catalyst as well. But we're playing with Fatboy today, and we're also playing with Plasma Bursters, because I actually really like Plasma Bursters in the MCR mod. So, you know, everybody rejoice for Plasma Bursters. Why am I taking them? MCR makes them have persistent plasma whenever they explode. There you go, that's why. Now, we could go do the funny and play in Radioactive Exclusion Zone, which is the place where RJ250 beats out Fatboy for usefulness, because pretty much everything in Radioactive Exclusion Zone has a 50% damage resistance, or is straight up immune to rad damage. I don't understand why, you know, that exists, when the damage type is so... There is, I think, 2 weapons in the entire game that deal radioactive damage, and if you take them into Radioactive Exclusion Zone, you are just not having fun, and that is Wave Cooker, Gamma Contamination, and Fatboy. Those are the 2 overclocks that I know about at the top, off the top of my dome piece, that have radiation damage. If you bring those into there, you're just wanting a bad time, alright? Swarmers are immune to radioactive damage, and Grunts, Slashers, Guards, Praetorians are all 50% resistance, I think. That is off the top of the dome piece. Anyway, we're probably going to be going into Fungal Bogs. Alright, so I have chosen to do a MCR mining mission? That loaded really quickly. So MCR does mining missions very well, and I think that's my favorite mission type right now, is just, that. The problem... I can't place this here, can I? Oh, I can place it there, which is fine with me. The problem with MCR mining missions is I am specifically now only playing mining missions, and that could be a big problem. I think this is a refinery. I think this is a small refinery. How do I think this is a small refinery? Well, that's being Fatboy. Oh my god, did I not change my Fatboy build? I did not. I still have Incendiary Compound. That's not very good. Well, we are stuck now. Get me... Gotta be honest with you, there is a... I have no fucking clue what's happening here. Yeah, get me down here. Just launch another Fatboy. Like, hopefully things stop exploding! Please! I can't hear myself think! Okay, Bosco. Not that guy. That is the wrong guy to take care of. That is... Okay, just start shooting people. Like, holy hell. Just start shooting all the goo bombers. That's what you need to do. Watch out for the fucking Spitballer Infector up there. Okay, you know what? That's fine. Okay. Are we safe? That's probably not what I wanted to do. Okay. I feel comfortable in saying that we are safe. Oh, Lord, I love the intros of MCR. They're just so awful. Every single time I play an intro to MCR, it's just always going to be a fucking fun time. Alright, we have our secondary objective completed. Okay. That was something else. It's because of how MCR works. The reason why the openings of the caves can be so spicy is because there is a greater time for it to be... There's a slasher behind me. That is kind of horrifying. There is a few bugs. That slasher's probably going to shoot me. Never mind, he is absolutely gone. Alright, goodbye, everybody. So, it is just the time that it's an open cave, the amount of times that MCR spawns an open cave is honestly quite often, and the fact that it has the tendency to add a lot more starting bugs to that opening cave, because I think this looks like a point extract to me. Just straight up, it looks like a point extract, and I'm just stuck in the fucking garbage hole. And to me, that's completely fine. I'm fine with being stuck in a garbage hole. But, you know, it's a one-room thing. So, I guess while we're waiting around and mining some morkite, I could talk about what happened recently. Because I actually have things to talk about, which is wild. I'm going to be making a pumpkin pie. I've never made a pumpkin pie. And I've been making apple pies a lot recently. And by recently, I mean, like, I've just been making apple pies. And the apple pies that I do are... I make the crust from scratch, technically. Yeah, technically, I use store-bought butter, dude. What the fuck does that mean? That's certainly something. This is gonna be kind of awful. I need this gone. If I could make it gone, I absolutely would, but, like, absolutely can't. This is gonna be a fun one. Did I get a resupply? I absolutely did. Okay, where's the grunts coming? So why do I take plasma bursters? Well, plasma bursters are very good at dealing with bugs like that. Like, that's a smaller wave that I don't want to be using a Fatboy on. But I'm walking through here, so I will Fatboy that. And that will hurt a lot of grunts coming near me. Like, every single one of those grunts that's walking near me is just gonna get shot. There's a lot of grunts actually coming from this way. And this is where friendly fire comes in. I'm not taking a lot of damage. I then throw a plasma burster to deal with all of that. And now they're taking even more damage. MCR is helping out with the Fatboy. With the, I guess I could be using dash right about now. Go this way since you don't get slowed down. And then Fatboy again. I hit myself. Well, thank God we took Incendiary, huh? Because if I didn't take Incendiary, I would be down right about now. I also need to think about how the hell I'm getting out of here. Well, there's some red sugars, so I don't really need to worry about that. Okay, and now we go back to my turrets. My turrets are out of ammo, but it doesn't really matter. Also, I need to disconnect that right there. Okay. Then I need to Fatboy there. They're going to crawl down the wave right there, but a lot of them are going to be damaged where I can just shoot them dead. I think, out of all of this, I think mini shells would be doing a lot, really well here. Alright? Because I know I sound like a fucking crazy person whenever I say mini shells would do well here. And please, like, respect the fact that I say that, because mini shells is really good at dealing with already damaged grunts and firing off turret whips. All right, those are the places where you want mini shells, and that's pretty much the only place that you want mini shells. Is those specific locations, and that right there was a fantastic grunt swarm. I felt pretty much in control the entire time. There was a time where I'm like, this is not going very well. Whenever it was, I was stuck over here without a way back. That's where I felt a little bit out of control. Anyway, I've been making apple pies for a little bit now, and the apple pies that I actually make are, pardon me, the apple pies that I make don't have lemon in them, because lemon is a scam by Big Pharma to get you to make mushy apple pies. And the apple pies that I like to make have, like, the thing about apple pie that I like to have is apples that I can taste that are that are fucking there for some reason. Hello, everybody. I didn't mean to actually hit you in the... Can I please explode something for once in my life? Okay. I got fucking stuck on Molly. That is hilarious. I scrambled to find a way out of there, and then I just took damage. What a fucking mission, dude. Oh, no. Wait, these are little popcorn things. I can just eat them for 5 HP a pop. So, the apple pies they make don't have lemon in them. I like having... The reason why I don't have lemon in them is because lemon has acidity in it, and the acidity makes it so that it doesn't... It breaks down the apple, so to get apples that are more firm, you have to, at least I think, you have to boil them first. Like, boil some water, then dump the apples in the water for at minimum like 10-ish minutes, and that gets them... Molly, why are you moving? Like, I didn't ask for you to move, girl. You just, like, got up, moved a foot, and then sat down, and all that you did was cock-block me from, you know, getting onto you. Are you a freaking Russian agent? Are you a commie? I'm watching you, alright? I'm fucking watching you. She's on the shit list. She's always been on the shit list, to be honest, but, like, she's definitely on the shit list now. Anyway, Please don't regret my decisions, alright? Listen, everybody can understand why I did that, alright? Everybody just like, oh, there's a pool full of loot bugs? Yeah, we all understand why you would ever Fatboy that, alright? That is a noble cause, is what you've gone into, alright? So, lemon just breaks down the apples, and I assume... Can I not be in here, please? I want my Fatboy, to be honest. I want to not be... This is not the best place to be. Just ignore the slasher that's on you, actually. You know, that's one of the best things that you can do, is just ignore the slasher. And then, yeah, that sounds about good. There's a wave coming in. And I assume, like, getting the... Oh, shit, it's Mactera Swarm? Oh, that's not good. I didn't listen to what swarm it was. So, well, being next to my turrets means this is basically free, because my turrets do have stun on them. So I just have assumed that cooking the apples makes them firmer. I haven't actually cooked an apple pie where I don't cook them, and with, like, you boil some water, and then you douse the apples, the cut apples, into the water for at least, like, 10 minutes, I think. And that makes them firmer, I guess, when you actually cook them? Who knows? It's like, where I got this information was cook sites, so I don't know if it's, like, actual good information at all. Like, genuinely. So, you know, if you can confirm or deny that, please let me know. But then it's like just standard cinnamon, nutmeg, sugar, maybe some vanilla. Probably not, honestly. I don't remember what I put in my things. But the apple pie that I'm going to be cooking here soon-ish is going to be one where I make the crust, and I specifically put cinnamon and nutmeg in the crust, because that's what I want to be in there. Because the crust has been my biggest problem with my apple pies. The crust is just so bland. I mean, it's good crust, don't get me wrong. Like, it's buttery, and it's... I was about to say crusty, but, like, it's buttery, and that's it. That is literally the entire... It's one note. It's buttery, and that's it. because it's like a Pillsbury recipe of just making it, and I don't have any other, like... If you know a different way of making... What the fuck's wrong with you, Molly? Like, genuinely, like, is something short-circuited in your freaking brain hole that you just, like, need to bully me every single time? I understand that it's some part of the game, it's because you have Speedster on, and that's, like, giving you crack cocaine for your fucking circuits, but Jesus Christ, every single video has a moment where I go, Molly! Or, like, God damn it, Molly, why are you here? Or some sort of Molly-related thing. Like, just get out of the game. Go be your own person, alright? You don't need to be the person who always messes with me. You could be the person that loves, I don't know, Cher or somebody. Alright? I had a friend that loved Cher a lot. I wonder what they're doing. They were Mormon, alright? Mormonism... Oh, no, don't go into that. Don't go into there. All right, that is something else. Because people who might be more... Is Mormon everywhere? I think Mormonism is everywhere. I think I had a conversation with the relationship about Mormonism, and I was like, oh yeah, it's probably just a... I have to. I just, like... Some inner portion of my bones said, just Fatboy the loot bugs and go get a resupply. It's a very easy resupply to get. That is absolutely for certain. That is the easiest Fatboy of my life, because I can go get this. Also, I should probably throw some platforms here so that I can just easily walk past this. I'm using the walls here as the Fatboy material, by the way. That's why I haven't really... spent a lot of energy knocking them down. So, like, I had a friend who is Mormon and was into Cher a lot. We made fun of them for it, of course. But, like, personally, I don't understand Mormonism, and personally, I believe it's a fucking cult. Like, what the fuck do they even worship? They're like, oh yeah, you know... And then I proceed to reference the fucking South Park episode. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Or whatever the hell that fucking thing is. If I wasn't as inebriated as I am, because I am inebriated, I would have actual points to say about Mormonism, and at the moment it's just dun 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 dun. That is all that my brain is, like, breaking that shit down into, which is fair enough, I guess. Didn't they like, oh yeah, it's legal to have multiple wives or whatever the fuck, and I'm like, that's kind of fucking sus. I don't know, who fucking knows, who cares, alright? We were talking about apple pie recently. My apple pies are great. They bring all the boys to the yard, right? We are now in another pit. Fantastic. I love being in another pit. This pit is currently does not have my turrets active in it, which means already I'm kind of fucked. Turrets having stun are such a nice addition to any Fatboy build. You could have lures as well to, like, lure them back into the Fatboy and do more damage, because the lures don't take friendly fire damage from Fatboy, which might be, like, one of the reasons why you take friendly fire and all of a sudden you get, like, less damage on that. That's probably one of the reasons, but, like, Fatboy is... Those are just... You're in a wall, brother. Okay, now Fatboy them. Because then they're gonna walk through it all the way, and then this guy's gonna be dead to it. I have to shoot a little bit of the slasher, but the slasher is also dead. Like, how do I compare this, where where, like, the swarm comes in, and I just fire a Fatboy shot and they're all dead, or I fire one shot of RJ-250, they light on fire, they scatter, and then they, like, are still alive and come back, and then I fire another shot? Like, I don't understand why people think RJ-250 is that good. Alright? RJ250 is literally only for the mobility, and that's it. Meanwhile, I just did that, and basically, like, yeah, there was some Mactera that I had to kill with my primary weapon. But the Swarm? Who gives a shit about the Swarm? There's Exploders! It buffs Fatboy if Exploders exist. Because you know what happens when Exploders exist? That means waves don't exist as much. Scout gets a lot better when Exploders exist. Hey, you wanna know what else gets better? Oh wait, it doesn't, because you fear the fucking bugs away from the Exploder? RJ250. Thank you. I'm so tired of speaking. Oh my god. This video has gone off the rails already. Anyway, the whole point I was going to make. Why am I trying to get out of this, huh? I mean, I guess I'm trying to get out of this because I need an escape route at some point. Where is the Swarm? Hey, Bosco, can you take out the Warden? I will try and shoot him, but I don't really have a... Oh my god. Oh my god! There's... I just assumed that was a try-jaw. Okay, jump away from this, shoot a Fatboy, kill yourself. You know, wonderful times that are happening there. Do I have a third shot? Yes, I do. Alright, wonderful. 2 Fatboys for 1. That is the biggest problem with Fatboy right there, is the fact that I will absolutely self-damage myself. No matter what I'm doing, I will self-damage myself to shit and back, because just the AoE on Fatboy is just that big. Okay, there's Swarmers behind. I have this. Why am I not just throwing Plasma Bursters? That's the reason why. Walk back this way. Plasma Bursters do fear. So you can just, if you throw a Plasma Burster, there is a very high likelihood that is terrifying. There's a very high likelihood that you can just walk past it if you don't self-damage yourself. I mean, self-damaging yourself is fine with all these things. You basically, what Plasma Bursters do is they remove your shields, and that's really just about it. If I had dash, which I don't, but it doesn't really matter that I didn't have dash, because I still have another shot of Fatboy, and Fatboy is really good in that single scenario, where I now play around it. Hey, everybody that said Fatboy is a bad overclock, guess what happened? I feel a lot better about playing with Fatboy. Because I actually am not struggling as much. I also, you know, have a resupply, use a fucking life. I didn't die to fall damage, I literally... Did I die to fall damage? I think I did die to fall damage, actually. I was on fire, so it doesn't really matter. It's kind of funny. Anyway, the whole point where I was trying to talk about my apple pies is that I am making a pumpkin pie. Yeah, that's right, a different type of pie. I was looking for a strawberry rhubarb cake, or pie at some point, but, you know, rhubarb is apparently a specifically Russian thing, and trying to get it here in America is like winning the lottery where you go to a farmer's market and somebody just fucking has it. So, that's not happening. I'm just gonna take another resupply. Like, who cares? Just, like, fire that off somewhere. Hopefully it kills a bunch of loot bugs, and then, you know, grab this. So, just, it feels like winning the lottery, going to a farmer's market and seeing rhubarb. And I have not seen rhubarb since I've been, like, looking for it, or else I would have made a strawberry pie at that point. And just, like... What other pies are there to make? There's pecan pie. Guess what? I don't like pecan pie, and if I don't like a pie, I'm probably not gonna make it, because I don't care about it all too much. Now, what is that? There was a whoop, whoop. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Is that Jet Boots? I swear to everything. That is Jet Boots? Hey, man. We now have. This is a very tall mission, so Jet Boots are just gonna, like, make this easy. Should I take Jet Boots? Most likely not. You know, most likely not, because it will affect how I feel about this overclock, but I'm already feeling this overclock. Our turrets are shooting at something. Is a bunch of swarmers. That means there's a wave incoming, which means I need this guy dead right now, and by this guy dead right now, I need to make a wall of persistent plasma, and then the grunts are just dead? Okay, sure. Gotta be honest with you, Chief. I don't really want to take the jet boots for the mission, but this mission's kind of annoying in the first place, so maybe I will take it to... I don't know, maybe if a swarm happens, I'm gonna go put up the jet boots and then, like, start the swarm off at the jet boots, I guess. I don't know. So anyway, I've been trying to make not a strawberry pie, a pumpkin pie, and I have been told by reliable sources, and by reliable sources I mean just the relationship, that apparently the difference between making it from scratch, like buying canned pumpkin, and making pumpkins from scratch with with pie pumpkins or whatever, is almost exactly the same, and it's like just not worth it. I am going to see if that is for myself. Am I actually going to see if it's, you know, there's a difference? No, I'm literally just going to buy pie pumpkins, make a pie with pie pumpkins, and that's it. Like, that's it. I did not buy any pumpkin filling, so I don't know what else about it. But, you know, if somebody has a little bit better information about that, that would be absolutely wonderful. What is this mission type, by the way? It is a refinery. Yeah, I guessed that at the very start. It feels like a refinery mission. It really does. If anybody has, like, a better... Where are they coming from? They're just get nuked, idiots. Is that actually all dead? Like, how can I compare this overclock to RJ? Like, seriously. I shot one bullet, and now I'm dealing with, like, a little bit too many stragglers for my liking, but, like, that entire wave done. One bullet. RJ 250, I see them coming across. I, like, aim. Bang! All of them get feared, scatter. They are on fire. Okay, now I deal with the next one. Bang! They're on fire. Now they're still fucking alive, on fire, and killing me. The fuck, dude? Oh, wonderful. We have a swarm. So yeah, I'm gonna be making, like, the relationship saw some stupid pumpkin pie recipe on TikTok, and so now I'm gonna be doing... Oh, okay. I say stupid, and it's on TikTok. Those are, like, mutually the same, alright? I was about to say I did not even hear that happen, but okay. I have jet boots, so it doesn't really matter. I guess I should go put up jet boots. Yeah, I'll just go do that. Where is jet boots? I don't know exactly where jet boots are. I think they're up here, right? Well, there's a spitballer. Yeah, there they are. Okay, put them up. Put up the jet boots. Shoot this guy. Get absolutely deleted. There is a, you know, that there. That is a fucking cliff! Holy, that is a cliff and a half, brother. Okay, nuke that because they're gonna be all coming down there. Get hit by the radiation a little bit. Slow down the warden inside the little AoE. And then start trying to figure out ways out of here. I think the biggest problem that Fatboy is going to have with people is the fact that... I need to nuke that real quick, because that is just going to deal a bunch of damage. The biggest problem that people are going to have with Fatboy is the fact that they can't accurately plan where bugs are going to be. And also, like, NG's nades... SSG, I would consider not very good with... I mean, SSG is one of the best nades for Engineer in general. I need to reload my turrets real quick. So I'm just going to do that. Kill that guy. And then just reload the other one a little bit. Do I need to spend my last... Not my last Fatboy, actually. It is absolutely not my last Fatboy. I think I will. Should I... Do I have more? Nah, I should have just used my Fatboy. I'm just going to use my actual ammo, though. So, the recipe calls for I think evaporated milk, some cinnamon, some nutmeg, which, you know, those are, you know, essential parts. Even if I wasn't looking at a recipe for how to do pumpkin pie from scratch, I would absolutely add, what is it? Nutmeg and cinnamon. They're also asking for pumpkin spice. Isn't the fact that I'm putting nutmeg, cinnamon, and fucking, and pumpkin in something enough for pumpkin spice? Like, I thought that was pumpkin spice, or is it like vanilla or something? Which, note, the recipe also calls for vanilla. What is in pumpkin spice if I'm putting all of those in there and still putting pumpkin spice in there? Like, what the fuck? Is it like an additive, like crack cocaine or something? Does it just bring all the white girls to the fucking pond? I don't know. Like, genuinely. Who knows? It's a Starbucks thing. I don't know. I've only had pumpkin spice a very, very small amount. Alright? I maybe had one... Definitely not a latte. I don't like coffee. But I've had... Unless I accidentally pressed the X button, which, did you know that Bosco will proceed to stop what he's doing if you rock and stone at him. And now he's not mining anymore. And that happens even if he's, like, on that side of the cave. He's just, like, locked in an animation with me. What the hell is happening? What was that? Alright, back up from there, because I have a Fatboy for Molly. Kill these two, and then get Bosco to mine that. I don't know what's happening over there, but it's definitely something a little bit whack is happening with that edge. There's a fucking ghost bulk. Holy fuck. I was thinking the wave was a little bit too small, and then it's just like, oh yeah, by the way, there's the ghost bulk. I can't ping them? So why did that just sneak up on me? Why is it invisible? I have a mod on called, Bulk Detonator Anti-Equality. It'll be the first mod in the mod list, or, like, right next to MCR. It'll be one of those. That is the specific reason why I am running it. Because I was just like, this wave's a bit too small. Why is this wave a bit small, huh? Do I have, jet boots yet? No, I don't. I'd never grab jet boots. Can you just, die? Thank you. That is the second time that mod has actually mattered in my DRG playing with it. And it actually got me this time because I was looking away from where the bugs spawned. Which is... I guess whenever I'm playing with the mod, I should always be, like, cautious of this wave is suspiciously small. Because that wave was suspiciously small. I wasn't thinking about it in time, but, you know, hindsight being 2020 and all that. I guess is he mining it? I thought he already mined it. There's two of them in here? What the fuck? What is this mission where there's so many fucking minerals, dude? That's not poggers. You know what? Just have one of these. That wave is suspiciously small as well, but there's a lot of swarmers in it, and also there is, so whenever that's not Pog. So whenever a bulk detonator does spawn, it has a cooldown on how long it can spawn again. So, like, if you get a bulk detonator, for instance, if you get a bulk detonator on the first stage of Omeron Heartstone, you cannot have a bolt detonator on, like, the third stage of the Heartstone, or what else have you. Also, I still have... I don't care, alright? I'm not going to go throw it away. Because of, hey, man, this will color my opinions. I'm going to go throw it away. Okay, maybe I will. Maybe you have convinced me to, like, get rid of it. Also, I need to specifically... Yeah, this room will be good. Yeah, this little edge here. You see this edge? It's now a Doom edge. You see that? the bugs are gonna walk up it, get damaged heavily, and then they're gonna crawl down it. That guy has 27 HP. See that? That's what we call a pog, right there. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of damage, but that's fine. And then I'm gonna toss a plasma burster back at the swarm, and then I'm gonna get hit by a bunch of fucking swarmers because swarmers are literally the bane of my existence. What a wonderful time. Was that another thing that I just, like, did I just hear another whoop? Or am I, like, losing my shit? I think I'm just losing my shit, to be perfectly honest with you. Alright, well, that's that swarm done. I don't think I need to interact with this swarm very much interestingly at all. That was a super simple mission. Such a vast difference. Holy hell. Anyway, we're gonna get the extraction going here because I can. And I'm just gonna ping the Warden and hope Bosco can just, you know, absolutely annihilate the Warden because he's a fucking Chad like that. So that's the mission. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you again on the next time. I like how I say on the next time, like that's a sentence. I know it's not a sentence, I just say it because it's what I've been saying for a very long time, and it doesn't really matter. Yeah, okay, that's neat. I'm just gonna Fatboy that and let that deal with all the swarmers. This is like a bad use of Fatboy, but I don't care, alright? This, get Fatboyed, don't care. All these bugs, I could just back up, and they just die to the radiation. Yeah, okay. I don't understand why people say that Fatboy is a bad overclock. The biggest problem that Fatboy has is its ammo, which is you have 3 shots per resupply. Make them count. Alright? If Fatboy suddenly got 7 shots per resupply, or excuse me, not 7 shots, 4 shots per resupply, which means you had 7 max ammo, it would be such a wild difference between 3 shots and 4 shots. Like, holy shit, that's a lot of shots, alright? Anyway, you all have a wonderful night.